Hi, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to walk all of you around how to download and access WebEx so that we can meet easier in a remote environment. So to begin with, if you don't have WebEx already downloaded to your desktop, laptop, whatever it is, you can even download it to your smartphone. Go ahead and type in your search URL WebEx, just like you see on my screen here. And then, oh, hold on, let me hide a couple of things. So then we're going to go ahead and just click. Oops, nope, that's not what I want to do. We're going to click right here on Download WebEx, and it's going to take you to this page right here. Since I've already got it downloaded, I'm not going to walk through those steps exactly, but you would click right here where it says for Windows. You have a couple other suggestions if you have Mac or if you have a 32-bit. So you can choose one of those selections as well, but go ahead and you can download it. Then of course you would go through that install process, right? So it would go into your downloads. You would click wherever your downloads is. So it may populate up here in the top right corner, or you can go through your File Explorer and go into downloads here, and then it will have some sort of install right here that you'll need to finish to get through. Then once you have actually downloaded WebEx, what you'll have is this right here. Okay, so once we actually have our WebEx, let me get rid of a few things here in the background. Once we have our WebEx up, you can do so many different things with it. To begin with, go ahead and set up your profile. So up here, you see I have a picture uploaded. It shows now make sure you assign this to your ATU email because you actually get a free subscription to WebEx through ATU, somewhat like your Microsoft Office suite, right? So make sure you utilize your school email and credentials here. You can set your availability. If you're really busy that day, you can put it on busy or do not disturb. If you have it on do not disturb, that will actually mute all incoming messages and notifications, and you can manage quiet hours. So if you have specific hours that you need to set so that your instructors see these are your hours that you're working on homework or something that you may not actually be available to meet. We also have this status right here. So let's say you are possibly out for the day because of you have a day full of in-person meetings, and maybe you have something going on at work. You can set a status here. You can clear it after a day. Maybe you're going on vacation. That would be nice, right? You can set it for a few days. You can put, I'm out to vacation. We'll be back Monday of next week. Hit save, and then everybody who tries to contact you will receive that notification to know you're probably not getting that notification right this moment. Okay, so once you have this all set up and you have your picture uploaded, it's good for you to pick a current picture, and you do want to make sure that you have a picture here because if you are talking to somebody, let's say the camera isn't working, maybe the internet connection isn't quite strong enough, you don't want them to look at just like a black screen. You want them to at least see what you look like to help put a face with a name. So go ahead and make sure you have a picture here, even if you usually use your camera. Some other things that you can look at are your settings, right? So maybe you like things to look a bit different. So you'll notice that my background is white. A lot of people's backgrounds on their WebEx is dark, and you can change that here inside your settings, underneath your appearance right here. So we can see what that looks like. Oh, we don't want to restart it, but it would make everything that's white here on my screen look dark. Some people, it helps them see things better that way. All right, so let's start diving into the actual functionality and what's going to be happening here. So let me see. Let me make this big here. Okay. So here, let's say that you want to go ahead and set up a meeting with me, okay? What does that look like? Over here, we have messaging. So if you want to instant message somebody, you can instant message them through this. But most of the time, what we would be doing is setting up meeting times. And you'll see I haven't cleared some of my stuff, so some things are showing up that have already occurred this last week still. But let's say you have meetings scheduled for today. They would show up on this calendar right here. Now, let's look at just real quick how to start a WebEx meeting. You would just click right here, start a WebEx meeting. It's going to begin to connect you. You're going to select a few things, such as what audio am I going to use? Yes, I know, we're not actually doing anything there. What audio am I going to use? What camera am I going to use? And then I would click over here on Start Meeting, and that's how I would enter that meeting. Now, if I wanted to join a meeting for somebody else who has sent me an invite, you can click here and you can access it that way. But I'm also going to show you that once you actually set up a meeting, a scheduled meeting with somebody, what happens is an invite is sent to the other party through your Outlook email. Now, when that happens, you can very easily just click the join button and it pops up in your calendar. So when you log into your email that morning, you see, oh, I have a 10 o'clock meeting with this student. I have an 11 o'clock meeting with that professor. And to schedule those meetings, you would come in here, open up this tab. Now, your topic, you would want to label it. So maybe we're meeting over a spring schedule advising appointment. Sorry, I can't type this morning. And let's set this for, let's say, we're going to just leave it on today, but we want to go ahead and meet at noon. And we're planning on, let's say, just a 30-minute meeting. You can go to 30 minutes. Right here, we make sure that this is in Central Time. If it's a reoccurring meeting, so let's say whenever I set up, for instance, this space for Faculty Senate, we have a reoccurring meeting. So instead of creating a meeting for every month, I would just put it on reoccurrence and set up that it was every Tuesday, second Tuesday of every month. And that way those reminders would go out automatically. And that would be not a one-time link. It would be a different thing that would populate there. So this description, you can write a quick description in here. If it is a meeting that has an agenda, I would go ahead and drop the agenda right here. You can copy and paste it in there, making it very easy to read whenever they go to open this up. You can do some advanced settings, but let's not do that right now. We're going to keep this at more of a surface level here. So you would click the schedule button. Oh, before we do that though, you know what I'm forgetting? So important. You have to add the other people to the meeting, and it's so easy to find by name or email. So maybe if you don't have their name or their email, just start typing their name. And then you can, I'll add Miss Christie here. Let's see. And see, it shows checking availability. You saw. So there it's showing me that they are available at this time that I've picked. Of course, it's a Saturday. I hope this woman has no meetings today, and I'm definitely not going to actually send that one. All right, so we're going to cancel that. We're going to discard those changes, but it's just as easy as clicking that other button, and you would have sent an email asking, do you want to be here in this meeting at this time? They can accept it. They can not accept it. They can also click another button that's like, I'm not sure. I'm going to try to be there. So that will also check each other's schedules and calendars to see if there are any conflicting meetings happening at that day and time, making it a lot easier to try to collaborate with people in a remote atmosphere. So also one thing that I wanted to talk to you about, I'm going to try to get into an actual meeting space. I'm not sure if I can do that while I'm using my computer, but I wanted to show you what the actual chat area looks like. Well, I'm not going to actually be able to get in here because I am using my only camera right now. So I'm pretty sure if I went to click on that start meeting that a lot of weird things would happen. So we're just going to go through this kind of in an abstract way, right? So when you're in this meeting, we have a screen full of video squares, just like in Zoom, right? And then in the bottom right corner, we have an area where you can click to open up a chat space. And that is really great, especially if you have somebody in the group whose internet isn't quite running right. We got slow speeds, things happening, right? So when that happens, you can still chat with each other. And in that chat, you can share screens, you can share GIFs, you can share snippets. So snippets are a really great way to explain to somebody, that can't see what you're looking at, what's going on. So what this does is it helps create a way for us to get rid of that distance between us and feel like we still have a connection, even though we're in an online class space. And I need you guys to utilize this as much as possible, as much as you want. Meet with me as many times as you need to meet with me. I have the same accessibility to you as if you were in my classroom talking to me every day. And I want you to remember that. I want you to feel that connection. I don't want you to be afraid or nervous to reach out. I don't want you to be nervous about using this system. I really think that we can get through it all together. And I think that you will feel a lot better knowing that I am here for you. Now, let's say you're working on homework and you're having problems with questions. This is a great place for us to meet. We can discuss things. You can share your screen with me, or you can send me a snippet of the actual question that you're trying to work through, and we can work through it together. I can try to explain, clarify. I'm here to help you understand the material. So please, I can't do that if I don't know that you need that clarification. So reach out, meet with me, get to know me so I can get to know you. And I think we're going to have a great semester. And that's going to be it for this video here. Oops. That's walking us through WebEx. So let me know if you have any other questions. You can email me or you can set up a meeting time with me.